Colcha Embroidery, the word colcha actually means bedspread. So in the 19th century, women were tasked with actually making bedspreads, and the word bedspread came to be known as this type of embroidery. This type of bedspread was very thin. The embroidery consists of wool on wool. So you're using a wool fabric that is hand spun and hand woven. Megan is actually stitching on a piece of this fabric, and the fabric is called sabanilla. Sabanilla is very specific Churro Navajo sheep, heritage sheep wool, single ply woven and spun and woven into this type of fabric. We started learning how to do this, and we didn't want to use our expensive sabanilla, so we started using linen. And they did do linen embroidery when it was available. It came on the ships, and they would use linen or wool felt or monk's cloth or several different other kinds of cloth. But the most popular one to use was the hand-woven sabanilla fabric. So the stitch that is used is sort of like a crewel stitch of embroidery. It's the same stitch used over and over and over. When we first learned how to do it, we thought that it was done on the back and on the front, but then we realized that it's really only on the front. So they were very conservative with their wool, and they used the same stitch over and over on just the front of the fabric. So this is a sample of how it looks. Here's a little quail I started making. And you see nothing on the back because it's just using the surface bumps in the woven fabric to stitch on. And you can see Megan has an outline of the object that she's embroidering right now, and she's doing the same stitch over and over and over again just on the surface of the woven wool. So it's a very relaxing, really fun type of embroidery to do, just because it's the same thing repetitive over and over, and you can be thinking about just about whatever while you're doing this type of embroidery. Most of the motifs are fairly traditional, crosses, religious, icons, different kinds of flower and things that are used in nature. Because the wool comes in white, it can be dyed. And so what we have here are some hand-dyed. These are indigo here, it comes in several different shades. This is marigold, which is really pretty also. This is called madder. And then probably our favorite and most important is cochineal, which cochineal is a small insect that grows on prickly pear cacti. And the Kumeyaay women used a little brush, and they would scrape the little, they're like little fuzzy cotton pieces, and they would scrape them into a tiny bowl and then dry them. And they found that if they crushed them up, they could make a dye. And the dye, when you dye wool, comes out either pink or sort of an orangey pink color.